Hello viewers, I'm R. Devi, Assistant Professor, Pedagogy of Mathematics, Laila College of Education, Chennai 34. Subject, Core Paper 3, Learning and Teaching. Today I've taken topic, Theory of Fully Functioning Person, from Unit number 4, Cognitive and Humanistic Theories of Learning. Now this is a full course paper. You have to answer 7 out of 10. Each carries 10 marks. Total marks is 70. Time duration is 3 hours. These are the subunits consist in unit number 4. Today, I've taken topic Theory of a Fully Functioning Person given by Carl Rogers. He is a Carl Rogers, born January 8, 1902, died February 4, 1987, American psychologist. Carl Rogers was a humanistic psychologist who agreed with the main assumptions of Abraham Maslow. However, Rogers added that for a person to grow, they need an environment that provides them with genuineness, openness, and self-disclosure, acceptance, being seen with unconditional positive regard, and empathy, being listened to and understood. Rogers believes that every person could achieve their goals, wishes, and desires in life when, or rather, if they did so, self-actualization took place. This was one of the Carl Rogers' most important contributions to psychology, and for a person to reach their potential, a number of factors must be satisfied. Carl Rogers believed that humans have one basic motive, that is the tendency to self-actualize, that is to fulfill one's potential and achieve the highest level of human beingness we can. Like a flower that will grow to its full potential if the conditions are right, but which is constrained by its environment, so people will flourish and reach their potential if their environment is good enough. Rogers believes that every person could achieve their goal. This means that the person is in touch with the here and now, his or her subjective experiences and feelings continually growing and changing. This means that self-actualization occurs when a person's ideal self, that is, who they would like to be, is concurrent with their actual behavior, that is self-image. Carl Rogers, two basic human needs are self-actualization and positive regard. Self-actualization, the need to fulfill all of one's potential. Positive regard, the need to receive acceptance, respect, and affection from others. Assumptions about human nature: human beings are innately good, human beings are purposive and goal-directed. Basic human need: deep human relationships, unconditional positive regard from others. Core of human life resides in self-experience. Now, Carl Rogers insists on these three: self-concept, real self, and ideal self. Self-concept, who am I? Real self, who we actually are. Ideal self, how I want to be. The first one, self-concept, is also called the self-construction, self-identity, self-perspective, or self-structure. It is nothing but collection of beliefs about oneself that includes elements such as academic performance, gender, sexual identity, and etc. That is why, who am I? Real self. The real self is who we actually are. The real self can be seen by others, but we have no way truly knowing how others view us. The real self is our own self-image. Look at this picture. This picture shows the reality of the self-image. How my mom and dad see me, how my girlfriend sees me, how my older brother sees me, how my ex-girlfriend sees me. Ideal self, how we want to be, what our parents have taught us, what we admire in others, what our society promotes, and what we think is in our best interest. The characteristics of a fully functioning person: openness to experience, existential living, stress feelings, creativity, fulfill life. The first one, openness to experience. Both positive and negative emotions accepted. Negative feelings are not denied, but worked through rather than resorting to ego defense mechanism. Second one, existential living, in touch with different experiences as they occur in life, avoiding prejudging and preconceptions. Being able to live and fully appreciate the present, not always looking back to the past or forward to the future, that is living for the moment. Third one, stress feeling, instincts, and reactions are paid attention to and trusted. People's own decisions are the right ones, and we should trust ourselves to make the right choices. Creativity, creative thinking, and risk taking are features of person's life. A person does not play safe all the time. This involves the ability to adjust and change and seek for new experiences. Fulfill life, a person is happy and satisfied with life and always looking for new challenges and experiences. Carl Rogers quotes, the very essence of the creative is its novelty, and hence we have no standard by which to judge it. The second one, I have gradually come to one negative conclusion about the good life. It seems to be that the good life is not any fixed state. It is not, in my estimation, a state of virtue or contentment or nirvana or happiness. It is not a condition in which the individual is adjusted or fulfilled or actualized. To use psychological terms, it is not a state of drive reduction or tension reduction. Finally, the third quote, the good life is a process, not a state of being. It is a direction, not a destination. Now, educational implication of Carl Roger fully functioning theory is the first one, rich educational environment. In education, Roger stressed at the rich environment where learners could follow their interest to reach their full potentials. This goal cannot be achieved through traditional education system and old curriculum system. Educator as a facilitator, he put a new word, non-directive teaching, where educator is a facilitator, the guiding the learners and nurturing their learning in order to build their talents and reduce that gap between self-concept and ideal self. Third one, positive educator, learners relationship. He stresses upon positive relationship in education. The key to effective education lies in better relationship between learner and educator. Fourth one, curriculum must be a new and modern. He is against traditional education and the old curriculum. Fifth one, educator must be an active listener. The educator should be active listener and facilitator in order to guide the learner and developing the learning abilities. The sixth one, nurturing learner. Education should be nurture rather than construct or indoctrinate learners. And lastly, experience in the highest authority. Rogers' fully functioning theory says that environment has great effect on our own experience. Finally, the good life is not a state of satisfaction or happiness, but a process towards an increasingly deeper of understanding. Thank you.